Greg,
We're back.
hey, we got some beer
All right.
events we need to talk about.
Yeah, someone threw me a curve though with the first one. Is that you?
That was me.
Okay, cool. We're gonna go on a little limb here, but what do you got first here?
So I just found this actually before we went to air. So Bare Bones Brewing, I guess as of last year, they decided they were going to start making People's Bach beer. So we remember People's Brewing. We had talked about People's Brewing,
Yeah,
the first black-owned brewery in Wisconsin.
yes, sir.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they, I don't have a lot of backstory for this, but they said they're doing it again. So that would mean that they did it once before. So Bare Bones is bringing back a fan favorite from last year, People's Bach beer. Alongside this, they created a book. So for $5, 100% of the monies is going to the Society of Oshkosh Brewers. That book also gets you a homebrew recipe for your very own amber beer. So if you're a home brewer or an aspiring home brewer, but I think the biggest part of this is the people's beer. So they somehow acquired the recipe for it, and you can go and try it for yourself. And that is this weekend, so April 20th in
April
Oshkosh.
20th. Yeah. You can find these details. It appears on Facebook. Under I would search Facebook for People's Bach and SOB book release.
Yeah,
That's the graphic that we got.
Yep.
Landon added a little late, so I wasn't able to add it to our presentation. But I will tweet this one out though too, to make sure everybody can get a hold of that. That's this week, and it's in Oshkosh, right?
Yep. So you can also go to Bare Bones Facebook page. They've got it too on there.
Excellent. I just wanted to say I opened up a Oberon. It's in season, y'all. It's not a Wisconsin beer, but it's one that clearly has an effect on us here in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Check out Oberon. Get it soon. It's limited. Y'all know how that works. But yeah, Landon. So okay, cool. So lastly, it's People's Bach beer, y'all. And then the book release comes with it. And then what's that brewery again, Landon?
Bare Bones.
Bare Bones. Excellent.
Bare Bones.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, y'all. So that should give y'all enough there. So we have I was gonna put this on the news, but I figure we put it in the events, but it's either way, it's news or it's an event. Either way. Our friends at Rush River Brewing is celebrating its 20th anniversary. So we're back up in Landon's area, kind of ish.
Going all the way to the western part of the state. Yeah, River Falls.
Yeah, Rush River. I visited there with the homebrew club here one time. It's very, it was very, I was surprised how good of a range of beers that they had. I really liked the tap list. You're doing something right, Landon, if you're around for 20 years.
Right.
So on Saturday is their 20th anniversary. They're celebrating on 420. Apparently, Landon, there's this big citywide festival going on that they're pretty much collaborating with. They're going to have some bands out there. They're going to have food, of course. All the Rush River beer that you can handle, and it should be a good time. Any comments on Rush River before?
Rush River is great. The tap room on the inside, at least the last time I was there, if you're looking for if you're one of these people that really loves like tap room experiences, it's not quite the experience that you're going to get there, but they will have great beer. So it is the outside of it, as you showed in the picture there, is pretty indicative of what it looks like on the inside. So I'm not poo-pooing it. I'm just telling you that if you're one of those, and I'm not one of those people that is like super big on that it has to be a certain way on the inside. As long as your beer is good or great, And River Falls has got a ton of breweries around it, and there's a distillery in town too. So
yeah, and there's this big festival, so it should be a whole ass good time up there.
A lot of good people.
It gives me Rush River gives me Giant Jones brewery vibes where you
Yeah.
walk, you're literally right next to the equipment. I mean,
Yep.
that's ambiance. But to me, the ambiance at Giant Jones is the beer and
Right.
Jessica America. But like that's the ambiance.
And the people at Rush River are a lot like that. Super friendly, like great people. So if you like to
Yeah.
sit amongst the tanks, that is your place. So
And again, 20 years. Cheers to that.
that's a hell of a run.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's a great run. So
Let's go with
uh
20 more.
yeah, shout out to them for that. Excellent,
Absolutely.
excellent. So this next event, Landon, it almost did not make the cut today. And I don't know why. It was just a lot of things going on. Chris not being here,
Yeah.
curating our news,
Yeah.
kind of throws us into a frenzy a little bit. That's how important he is around here. Chris had an event tonight. So but so when Chris doesn't do the news, it's like sends me into a scramble. So, but I didn't find this last one until like a couple hours before, and I was like, "Whoa!" I
Yeah.
almost didn't get this one, which is the Joint Beer Festival here. Not here, but well, here in Wisconsin, but in Milwaukee,
Yeah.
is on Saturday, and it is put on by our friends. Why am I blanking here?
Eagle Park.
Eagle Park. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a big festival. Apparently, look at that price. I was like 125 for VIP,
Right. Right.
104.5 for general. But hold on to the details, y'all. First of all, it's a 5-hour event starting at 1 p.m. It looks like there. And when so here is the ticket breakdowns. You have a VIP, you have a general admission. You get unlimited beer samples, you get a mixed 6-pack to take home of collaboration, of course, limited glass, unlimited munchy food buffets, and live music. So this seems to be a whole day event, y'all. Um, Joint Beer, Fest Beer's back once again. They're working with breweries, distilleries to bring unique collabs, 6 of which will be available in cans for you to take home.
Yep.
So there's that. It's a plus 21 event. It's indoors in case it's rainy or cold, a little breezy out there in the lake. Let's see here. So then on the left here, Landon, for general admission, you get to take those 6 home. So then for VIP, you get to take those extra 2 in the middle there, plus the 6. And then these other ones here are going to be available for you to buy to take home. So
That
there'll be
is
a bunch of take home for y'all. So that's nice. Here are the breweries that are going to be available there. Look at the bangers on top. Three Sheeps,
right.
Floyd. You got
Is
840. You got one of my favorites. Two of my favorites on the bottom row there. Supermoon and Youngblood. You got Old School Milwaukee. You got J. Henry, which is an amazing bourbon place out here. I don't know much about Goldfinger or G5, but I would be
I've
an
had a lot of
1840.
G5 is
You had
good. I've had a lot of their beer. Yeah, I'd highly recommend.
All right, all right. I
Yeah.
mean, this looks really, really good. So the food is included, y'all. So they have multiple munchy buffets.
Yeah.
So I mean, in the food, if that's a reflection of the food, it looks good.
Yeah.
So food is included in that, which is very, very good because it sounds like there's going to be some big beers and some distilleries, and yeah. So I'm not going to this, but I would be excited to go.
Yeah. Heck yeah. You
Right,
bet.
right.
Make
So
sure you
that
got a
is the
sober
Eagle.
driver because that's going to be a day.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's this week, y'all. This Saturday. So we have three big events this Saturday across the state. So Milwaukee, you got one. You got Rush River. I don't see anything in Madison this week, but we probably have something. But
I,
yeah.
I
So
would
that's
I would say there's a ton of places that have 420 events. I'm pretty sure I saw Oliphant's got one. I couldn't find it to put in the events. Because Oliphant's unique and they don't necessarily share all of their events across all of the social media platforms. So I love those guys, but you know,
yep, yep. Um, so our next event is not this weekend, but the next weekend. Is a place that Landon and I visited last year together.
yeah,
It is the 2024 Spring Beer Festival at the Landing. One of the beer Gardens in Milwaukee.
A beautiful beer garden,
Uh,
by the way. Yeah.
excuse me.
It's beautiful. It's great. It's out on the water.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is the pool
Isn't
one,
that
buddy.
all the pool? Still good.
Yeah. So good, good times. They're gonna have, look at it, they're gonna have Badger State, Youngblood, New Glarus, Lion's Tail, Central Waters. I mean, I just named 4 or 5 bangers right there. I don't even have to go on to say third space and New Belgium and Bells and,
By the
and
time you work to
indeed.
the you're already feeling it by the time you get to the the fourth or fifth one.
Yeah. I don't think this is a ticketed event, or maybe it is. Or actually, it looks like it is. Yeah, online tickets are $30 and limited to 100. So y'all gonna have to jump on
Yeah,
that soon. Yeah, remember this place, Landon? We were
yeah.
there.
I got you now. Yep.
Yep, the Landon, that was great. This is a 3D, this is a panoramic picture that I took so y'all can kind of see. There's a lot of benches there, not much shade, so make sure you bring a hat. It shouldn't be that bad though, sun wise. We were there in June, so it was kind of hot at some point.
Right.
And this is one of the few times that us three have hung out together.
Yeah. Doesn't happen
So
very often.
yeah, it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, we had a good time. So this is why this event, I was like, oh, this is a good cool event to talk about. So this is next weekend, y'all, at that place. I don't even know if the pool's going to be open, but there's a pool like right there, and that
Right.
kind of made it a little bit a hectic place. But I don't think the pool's going to be open. So and it's really walkable, especially if you
Yeah.
live close. It's really walkable. Nice little spot there. The beer, I don't know. We had the food. They had like snacks. The snacks were good. And the beer was the list was just great. I forget what the list was, but you remember that.
Any of those beer gardens, I didn't have a tough time finding anything to drink. So that there was something at all of them. But
Absolutely.
yeah, so good.
So that's a good time. Y'all check that out on the social medias if you're in Milwaukee. There's another Milwaukee event coming up here, which is the River West Pub Crawl. I hear there's some history with this one, Landon, and it kind of petered out during the pandemic, like a lot of things beer wise, and
Yeah.
well, everything actually. How about
Right.
that?
Right. Yeah.
But I believe it's back now, and it's our friends from the River West Syndicate. So it's Black Husky and Amorphic, and Gathering Place and Company. It looks like you buy a wristband, and there's other breweries and beer places involved. 12 to 7. As y'all can see, this looks like a Facebook post that we grabbed. So
Yep.
that's probably the best place for you to look for it. Is so I would search on for Facebook River West Pub Crawl 2024. And yeah, River West is always doing things beer wise, and it's just not, again, another nice place to hang out in Milwaukee. If you're not from Milwaukee, it's a nice place to plant yourself and just try to go get some beer. A
Yeah.
nice little neighborhood setting. Milwaukee has a bunch of neighborhoods like that, and River West is one of the best ones. And all those breweries seem real tight too. They used to have that bus that went through, they used to pay for a bus that used to, go through all of them. And they all seem to try to have some kind of community. So I have a lot of respect for a lot of those breweries there as they try to keep it,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? They try to work
Yep.
with each other to make, good beer. So, I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that for sure. Joel says that Goldfinger makes amazing lagers. So, that's, another note for y'all. So
Also a great Bond movie, Goldfinger. So good.
look at that. Okay.
If you've never seen it, check it out, man.
Okay. Not against Bond, not against Bond. Let's see. Our next event is not now. So our next event is we featured you saw Joe that featured Oso and the Badger Beer Travels. Well, when we were talking to them, they let us know that this event was coming up. And it's a big one for them. Or Joel mentioned that too, the honor flight.
Yep.
So we're gonna say it's 3 days after our next Badger Beer Hour is May 15th. It's 3 days before that. So as y'all will see coming up, there's a reason why we're talking about it now. But if y'all are interested, they raised a whole bunch of money last year for their honor flight. I don't know if y'all understand or anybody knows what the honor flight is. Basically, it's a charity that helps send veterans to Washington. They pay for their flight. That's the honor flight part. They go to Washington and they go to the memorials, and they take all the veterans around for free, and they get the veterans together. So it's kind of like a reunion for them a little bit, and they meet new veterans, or
Yep.
they meet new friends who are veterans. How about that? Not new veterans. Anyway, you all know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Also, they apparently they do this every year. They do a fun run or walk, and you can get all the details on OSO's website. But here is why I say that when I saw this, I figured we had to talk about it because if you could see, all the first slots are sold out. So you can only get to the second slot, which is 12-1. And I guess that first slot is, everybody wants to get done. Plus, it's a little bit cooler, I would assume, in May, a little bit. Well, you know how our Mays could be. They could be like freezing or they could be 100. So there's that, y'all. So that's also coming up here in May. So if y'all were interested and y'all are going to be around in Stevens Point area, or you just want to support the cause, which is a really great cause, the honor flight, we highly recommend y'all dip into that. That's great. And then lastly, Landon, before we get out of here, I always want to highlight the Milwaukee Magazine, Chris's place of work, but they do great. If you are in Wisconsin, if you are in Milwaukee, and you're a beer person, I don't know how you can't dip into this. What we usually do is we see this and we usually, grab one or two, but we can't put all 16 events here for y'all. So jump on that. There's a whole level of tastings and beer drops and other great things going on in Milwaukee that we can't we don't have time to mention here. So I put it up there, Milwaukee Magazine beer events. If you go there and search it, you'll be able to find it. I highly suggest you find this. I tweet it out every week, so if you follow me on Twitter, you'll be able to find that. But I'm highly recommend that. So on that note, Landon, I think we got all the events. There's a lot going on, and as we warm up to the summer, there's going to be more. So looking forward to that. It's if y'all don't know Honor Flight, y'all should check it out. It's really good. Good times. Respect to the veterans. And Landon, I guess it's time for us to have a beer spotlight. This is Joel's first beer spotlight. Joel has a special beer that he curated and that's available. Well, Joel will tell you.